Welcome to the Run Radio podcast. My name's Trina Rachelle and my guest, Jonathan Andy Cerruto. Welcome.
Hello, Trina. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we are going to be talking a little bit about your journey with writing. You've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah.
And tell me about how that all began for you.
Well, it began when I was little, very little. I lived in a very toxic environment and a very toxic household. So I basically found escape in art, in writing, especially in writing. So everything started from there because it was for me a way to get out of that environment, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when I was 12, I would say I started writing actually the first draft of the novel that I published 5 years ago. So yeah, I was 12 years old and I didn't realize that it was a story. So I was just like, okay, let's put it down on paper. Let's see what happens.
So, what kind of things were you writing about at 12 that turned into a
Uh,
book?
yeah, it's actually kind of weird because, yeah, I was imagining this superhero fighting all these challenges, facing all these challenges, all these hardships. And yeah, that's how Joshua Bain came alive, basically, which is the
So,
protagonist of my books.
when you were little, were you as organized with your characters, or was that something that kind of came along later? Did you find yourself needing to structure more?
Well, I found structure in the future for sure. I basically just wrote down whatever thing came up to my mind in pieces of paper, and I kept everything. So you can imagine how organized I am now. But I had that inclination since I was little. So I just put down everything that my brain was imagining, everything was popping up in my mind, and I wrote them down on a piece of paper and I kept them inside a drawer, actually hidden in socks. You know, when you roll up the socks, and I used to
Really?
hide these notes. Yeah, because I knew that if someone would see those notes and see those things that I was writing, they would just go nuts.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, so as you're writing, you're hiding this publicly, you're trying to find yourself, you leave your your born country to explore other things. Tell me a little bit about that and what you did for a living for a while.
Well, I was a business manager. I used to live in London for almost 12 years. So I was managing a store, I was doing like corporate job. It was fulfilling, but something was still missing. I actually have a degree in fashion design. I have a fashion design degree that I achieved in Milan, Italy. I was able to create four collections from the drawing, from the sewing, everything made by me. I had the chance to showcase these collections. But at the end of the day, I used to get home, get to bed, and still feel that hole, like something was still missing. But you know, life brings you bills to pay, so you have to do what you have to do to eat and pay the bills. So
Mm-hmm.
at that time in life, writing wasn't even a perspective in my
Mm-hmm.
future. But something clicked when the pandemic hit everyone. I had to go under surgery. I was diagnosed. I was really, really sick. I couldn't move from bed. My partner had to help me even to feed myself, to go to the loo. So something clicked, and that day I decided to get back those notes that I hidden in the drawer, and I realized that that was something that I was missing. So I decided to write my first novel while I was still working in the shopping center as a manager. So I was doing both things, but then the pandemic hit and we couldn't work anymore. So they sent us at home, and I was like, I need to do something about it. and I started writing the first novel. And it took me, of course, I started when I was 12. But then I start polishing the book. I start editing the book, even because my partner is an English professor, so he helped me to do the editing and the
Nice.
proofreading. And in 2020, I published my first novel. So I would say that
Congratulations.
professionally, thank you. Professionally, I'm a writer since 2020, let's say.
And you self-published this book?
That's another interesting story. So what happened during the pandemic that I received a contract from a vanity publisher.
Hmm.
I signed the contract. That was my mistake because I didn't do the proper research about it. And I had to pay a lot of money because I didn't know there was the KDP system or other self-publishing systems. I was still naive, so I take responsibility for that. I wasn't happy with the way they treated my first book. I
Oh,
didn't like the way they market my first book. So I decided to not continue with that house publishing, and I totally do self-publishing now. I use
excellent.
Amazon, Instagram, Draft to Digital, and all those platforms that helps writer as me to publish their books.
Excellent. I know a little bit about KDP and Amazon. Can you talk just for people wanting to learn about the different publishings, like the Instagram one that you just mentioned
Draft to
and
Digital.
KDP? Yeah,
The KDP is the most popular, and I would say is the easier way to go. You have full control of your work. You have full control of what you want to write, when you want to write. And Amazon is amazing because it gives you the chance to promote yourself, your own job, your own work without paying and without touch your pocket, which is amazing. Being a writer is hard. You have to imagine that there are 7 million books published daily, so it's a lot of competition.
hmm,
It's a lot of competition. So yeah, I really enjoy KDP because I have full control of what's happening with my books. You can change and tweak whatever you want without paying a cent, a penny. It's really nice. How it works is basically, I would say, like a gallery on your phone. You write what you have to write. You write your novel, your poetry, your poems, your short stories. I write mainly high fantasy novel. So once you finish your novel and you know that it's ready, I mean, edited, I have two beta readers that they help me with my books. So once you know that you are ready to publish, you just need to upload the book on their KDP system. They do like a sort of control if there's anything wrong with the formatting of the book. I personally create my own covers. So I use platform that helps me to create my covers, and you just upload the cover on the platform, and in 24 hours your book is published.
excellent.
It's a great because you can choose price, you can choose where you want to your book to appear. So for example, I mainly work with Amazon.com, which is USA and America. I also publish my books in Italy, so you can choose which part of the world you want your books to be visible, which is amazing.
Now, how is draft to digital different?
Draft to digital is slightly different because, first of all, the timing. For me, it took almost 6 months to publish from draft to digital because they work with a lot of third parties like
Okay.
Kobo, like Apple. So they have a lot of third party platforms. So these platforms have to accept the novel, the book. For
I
example,
see.
if you publish on Amazon, Draft to Digital doesn't give you the chance to um, upload the same novel with the same book cover. So you have to change,
Oh,
yeah, because it's going to make conflict in their copyrights.
I
So
see.
it took me 6 months, and I didn't know any of that. So I
Yeah.
learned the hard way because once I was like, okay, it's published. After 3 weeks, I received an email saying that the book is not able to be, they're not able to publish my
Oh
book
no.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, it took me up to 6 months to understand how it works. So if you're planning to publish with draft to digital and you already have the same book on Intel on Amazon, you need to change the cover. You need to change. Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of
Yeah.
work. It's a lot of work.
That's good to
But
know though.
yeah, at the end, you if you make these adjustments, you are able to use all these platforms.
Cool, very cool. Well, I want to turn to your songwriting talents as
Yes.
well. So, how did you go from writing, your novels and then to music?
Well, I would say the same exact way that I start writing my novels. As I said, I was living in a very intoxic environment, so everything that was art for me, I'm always been attracted. I've always been attracted to writing rhymes, writing stories. My mom used to call me when I was 10 years old the storyteller and an actor because somehow I was able to invent and create these stories out of nowhere and out of nothing. I start writing rhymes.
Hmm.
I don't know because my mom used to force me to clean the kitchen, and somehow I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to. So I remember going on the hiding behind the kitchen table and write rhymes, and from there everything started. When I moved to London, I had the chance to attend to a creative writing course, Whitechapel College, and they also had how to create lyrics, how to create songwriting. And I was always attracted by that. So I attend the courses and I realized that I have something in me that it's always been there. And everything started from, yeah, from when I was younger, when I was little. And now I write songs for Italian singers. I write songs for Kerli. I don't know if you know her. She's a Swedish artist. And things are going. And without me putting that aspect of this of my career in the battle in the scale, it just came out of nowhere. Once I posted a lyric on Instagram, and they popped on my DM and they liked it, and from there we started to doing collaborations, and
Very neat.
now it's really cool. It's really cool. It's things that happens without me planning them, and I think they are the best way to do things because it means it's the universe. I believe in the universe. I believe in the power of the universe. I believe on asking and be grateful. Um, and yeah, and now I basically wrote two songs for this Italian band, and they're recording them. They're actually in the studio now. It's amazing.
That is amazing. Are you able now to fully support yourself with your writing?
Yes, I am. I am now. Luckily, yes, I am.
Great.
Really, really happy about it. I am, I would say, a full-time writer. I'm a full-time author. Um, and now I'm able to pay my bills without going to any store or retail environment and deal with customers.
Excellent. Yes, because that can be a challenge. That takes a special
It is.
special type.
It is. It is.
So, what kind of advice would you give somebody that is still doing the hustle to pay the bills, but also writing on the side? When can they start feeling like they know that they're going to be able to stop that other job and know when the time is right?
I always, the beginning for me was really, really hard, was a real struggle. Because as everything that you share with the world, you're going to get good critiques, you're going to get bad critiques. It's part of the job, it's part of the game. So I would say to keep pushing, keep going. If it's really what you love to do, just keep going. Sometimes the problem is the people that are around us, the people that surrounds us. That I of course talk about my personal experience. I had a lot of people saying that I will never make it. It's not a job for me. I had a lot of agents saying and sending me emails saying stop, change, change path. That's not the right path for the path for you.
Really?
Yes, yes. Rejection is part of the game, And if you let that rejection get into you, you will never move forward. I would say get that rejection, because if you're planning to do this job, you will get a lot of rejection. Uh, any kind of artistic job is subjective of rejection.
Okay.
So get those rejection and use them as a fuel to do a better project, to do your better cover. For example, 2 weeks ago, because I'm very active on social media, 2 weeks ago, I posted a video of my latest book, and someone came to my DMs saying that the cover of the book is dull. If if I was another type of person, I would go into depression. I would just sink in the chair. No, I got that as a motivation to do a better job. So I contacted the designer that helps me to create the covers, and I create another cover for my latest book. Everyone now is loving it. Everyone is liking the new cover. So I would say go for it. I would say keep pushing, and you will see that you will get good reviews also, not only rejection. And when you understand and when you feel, because you feel if you're doing something right or something wrong, or if something is working or not, you get those little certificate, those little gratifications that could be like a good review on Amazon. Or, for example, I get messages from readers talking about the characters of my books, which it fills my heart, because it means that they felt and they're feeling the story. So those little gratifications are a proof of you're doing the right thing and you are in the right path. You will always have someone saying bad things about you in any kind of environment. It's part of life, but the opinion that people has about me, it's not my problem, it's their problem. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep moving forward. I always call myself a train. A train doesn't go back, it just goes forward. So move forward, do what you have to do, and knock on any possible door that it's knockable. I don't even know if that's a word.
It is now.
It is now. I created a word. See,
Yes.
so just go for it, and believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one is going to believe in you. So you have to feel it in yourself first, and then pour those feelings in your next book. That's what I do.
I like how you turned with the cover, the book cover, like that into constructive criticism, and you turned it into something more powerful, and listen to the feedback without neglecting it, but again, not taking it in a bad way. When people were telling you not only no, but they were saying choose another path, that's the part where I think that how do you really turn that around? Because that's the part, no is one thing, but being told do something else can really devastate people.
Yes.
How did you handle that? I mean,
I've been through a lot of bad situations in my life, a lot of dark places in my life. Um, 5, 6 years ago, I thought that I would die. I know it's serious and I know that I'm smiling, but I think that is the best way to face anything in life. If you're positive, if you are grateful, if you put a smile on your face, any problem that you're going to face, it's going to be easier to face. Sorry, I'm saying too many faces. But it's I truly believe I'm a truly believer of positive energy. Your energy is an instrument. I have received many messages, many DMs of people trying to bully me, people trying to put me down, but that is because they're not courageous enough to pursue their dreams. Their frustration, they tend to project that into others. And It's okay. I don't mind. As I said, I'm living my life. I I move forward. Of course, I have those days of, oh God, the imposter syndrome. It
Yes.
happens to everyone.
Yes.
But if you let that get to you, you will never achieve anything in life. If you have a dream, believe in your dream, move forward, and if you can manifest, I do manifestation on a daily basis. I believe that my books are going to become the next. I don't want to do comparison because I don't like comparing my work with others, the other people work. But my books are going to be the next huge movie series. And I know that. And I imagine myself already writing and signing the contract with Paramount, with Netflix. It's something that I truly believe. I know that people will say, okay, you're delusional. It's not being delusional, it's believing in yourself. And people will call you names. You have no idea how many people call me arrogant or delusional. It's not being arrogant. Confidence and being confident in what you do, it's not being arrogant. I believe in what I do. I believe in the stories that I create. I believe that those stories can change people's life, because somehow those stories, Joshua Bain's story, who is the protagonist of my books, changed my life. I I was scared of even going out of my apartment because I was scared of people's judgment. Joshua somehow helped me to be more courageous, to be more strong, to say, you know what, be yourself, go with your life. I'm gonna go with mine. If you like me, great, we are friends. If you don't, oh well, I don't mind.
Well,
Oh well.
I wish you well. I want you to tell people where they can go to keep up with you, find your books. And I also would love for you to come back when you do sign that contract for your
Oh,
movie.
of course, you'll be the first person
Okay. Good old.
yeah, 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 write it on the fire. So as I said, I'm very active on social media. You can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on all social media, by the handle of Jonathan Andy Cerruto. You can find my books on my website which is jonathanandycerruto, also on Amazon. If you have Kindle Free Unlimited, all my books are free to read, because I like to give chance to people to read it without spending money, because I know what does it mean. So you can find me on all social media by the handle Jonathan Andy Cerruto. I have a website and a blog where I write articles on life experience, books, and the blog is jonathanandycerruto.allblog.com. And yeah, that's it.
It sounds great. Run Radio will be keeping up with you on social media. And again, I will be
Please.
looking forward to you coming back. I wish you very well. Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Thank you, Trina. Thanks for having me.
Yes.